We're live? Maybe? YouTube's figuring its stuff out. We should be live now. Oh god, I can hear myself. Why am I not muted? This is a good time when I'm glad desktop audio is muted so we don't have the echo. So give me 1 second because I need to listen to myself. It's weird. I do sound a lot quieter now. So what if I talk with a loud voice? Does that change anything? No, it's still getting capped. Hang on. Let me mess with the audio properties real quick because I've been trying to figure this out. Let me mess with audio. So I had it turned up to 20. Wow, that made a huge difference. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It looks like 5, maybe? Let's try 5. Okay. Nothing like starting stream and immediately doing troubleshooting on audio stuff. But hey, maybe the audio won't be quite as blown out as it was on Monday. That was a thing. On Monday, after I got off stream, I went to try and make clips of some of the stuff that happened, and most of them, like, my audio was so loud that I was like, there's no way I can make a clip from this. This is going to blow people's ears out. So I can't believe nobody complained about that. But that hopefully will be evened out now. I've turned it back down. We'll see. All the stuff that happened on Monday, though, will hopefully be becoming clips and videos here pretty soon. I just have to learn how to actually use DaVinci Resolve, which is going to be a adventure in itself. All right. So last time we got like 9 shinies in one stream, which was insane. Now the goal is... I'm not worried about getting 9 shinies tonight. I'm not worried about that. I just want to... We're targeting... I have a hit list. I only have 3 tomatoes. That's a problem. I need to go get more. Okay, before we start this, I need to go get more tomatoes. Oh, dang it. So, zoom back in. So we're going to start off. Tonight's theme is going to be fairies, which is weird to say, but tonight's theme is fairies. So we're starting off going for Cottony, along with whatever else happens to pop up. We want to get 2 Cottonies so we can get Cottony and Whimsicott knocked off of our list. Comfey might also happen at the same time, but that's not specifically what I'm after. Okay, please. And then on top of that, we also have our sights set on Alolan Vulpix, Granbull, and Snubbull, and then Milcery as well, because they're all kind of in the same area. So we're probably going to be doing nothing but fairies. Does this not have tomato? I'm going to lose my mind if this... This is like the one stand that doesn't have tomato. Why am I here? Does this have tomato? Thank you. Now I don't have to lose my mind completely. Surely that should be enough. Oh wait, what's the other thing that I need? Because then if we got through the fairies, I had another hunt lined up that I was going to do. So we probably aren't going to get past fairies, but if we do get past fairies, I wanted to go for... There it is. I actually had a decent number, but we're going to go ahead and restock anyway. So Steel will be after that with Duraludon and Metagrouse, Metang, Beldum, etc., etc. Our Chaladon's on here too, so I need to get 2 of those actually. I forgot about that. I don't know. I think I understand that. Which I think is what I'm currently talking about, which is we're going to be going for Cottony and then other fairy types. But I speak English primarily, so I'm not sure what that is. Okay. We got the stuff. We're going to go get it. Or, well, try. So here we go with running around in a circle for 30 minutes. Okay. So yeah, now begins the wonderful challenge of actually trying to make the crappy sandwich. Which I only say because all these sandwiches always look so unappetizing by the end. Absolutely look terrible every single time. It's kind of ironic that if you try to make a good-looking sandwich in this game, it ends up being useless. Alright, let's go for it. Any second now. Thank you. I don't know why that always takes so long. Pickle, and then we should just need 3 tomatoes, wherever those are. Where's my tomato? Did I roll past it? Oh, I did. So this should be the fairy recipe. If I mess this up, then we'll just reset and that's fine. But for anybody who ever does shiny hunting, it's always something like this. Oh gosh, it's this one. I remember this. I don't remember what it was I did this for last time, but it ended terribly trying to make this stupid sandwich. Not as bad as the bug type. I think the bug type sandwich is the worst out of all of them by a mile. Bug type sandwiches are like the bane of all existence. Those cherry tomatoes are the worst shaped things, and they're so tiny, and you have to put so many of them on the sandwich. It's just not good. Easiest by far. Actually, this one's a lot easier than I remember. Behold. Optimal sandwich making. I still can't get over this. This still blows my mind that this is optimal. Try to make something that looks good. Nope. Just make something that looks terrible, and somehow that works. Yeah, you delete that. You eat that delicious sandwich. Oh yeah, looks tasty. It's terrible. Alright, let's get this started and make the most of these 30 minutes and see what we can get. That worked, right? So we should see sparkling and catching power. No, not encounter power. What happened? We should have gotten encounter power for that. Is something off with the recipe? That didn't work. That's curious. What did I do wrong on the recipe? Oh, or is this just wrong? Let me check the recipe. Hang on. Something didn't work right there, and I don't know why. I looked at this earlier. Did I use a sweet and sour and I just didn't realize it? I used a sweet and sour and didn't realize it, didn't I? Well, reset. Oops. Go me. I was really confused because it's really hard to screw that up, but that'll do it. So you can't use too sweet, you can't use too sour, and you cannot use sweet and sour. That's the combo. So I have to use a sweet and salty, a sweet and spicy, a sweet and bitter, or a sour and one of those other 3. I hate this shiny hunting method. I despise this. I really, 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 really wish this was different. Like, if this game had what Arceus had, where it just did the sound to tell you that a shiny was nearby, I would almost certainly just be running around like an idiot and not actually doing anything with these sandwiches. Let's try this again. Okay, what did I do? I did do sour, didn't I? So it'd have to be like these. Alright, now we should have it. I cannot believe I picked the 2 at random on accident. That didn't work. I just completely fled my mind. I was too distracted complaining about how awful building sandwiches is in this game. We are getting low on Herba Mystica. I'm aware that that's a problem. That will probably not be a problem here soon. I am working on fixing it. But that's what I need my second Switch for, and that's what I'm planning on getting online over vacation, because I will not be able to do anything else while I'm in Missouri. So hopefully I can come back with a bunch of Urban Mystica, and we can just do this and not have to worry about running out. Drop the sandwich on the table. It's also hilarious to me that you're basically encouraged to drop the sandwich on the table. What was that? What was in the screen? I think that was Ursaluna's butt. Honestly, like, I'm gonna have to go back and review that. I think that was Ursaluna's butt. Sparkling encounter. There we go. Yeah, it was the wrong Urban Mystica. All right, now we should be off to the races. I already see some Cottonee spawning in, so here we go. So we are looking for them to turn orange. We need the Cottonee to become orange. We are looking for orange, cotton, or a blue Comfey if it spawns here, which I think it does if I recall correctly. I knew all of this at one point, but it's been a while. I've slept. Both literally and figuratively. It has been a long time since I've done all my research on this game. And I'm always charting my camera in 360 because of the stuff that loves to spawn behind me. Oh, Whimsicott can actually spawn here. I did not actually know that. It must just be really rare. So Cottonee is the main goal. If we can find the Cottonee and a Whimsicott to go with it, we're good. Oh, is that? No. That's going to screw me up. So I'm looking for anything that's just not green right now, and that means that whenever Whimsicott spawns, it's going to trip me up a little. But that brown kind of at a glance looks orange. Yes, I know if you put it up on the screen and stare at it, it's very clearly brown and not orange, but I'm just saying, at a glance, it does. I feel like this is going to be a fast one because they're just spawning in so fast, but I also said the same thing about Cranidos, and that went very sideways. I also argue that the Cranidos was partially a problem because of stream issues, which have been since resolved. Seemingly. They haven't happened since, at least. I've also figured out that the benefit of streaming Pokemon and using all the capture card feed and audio means that I can mute my desktop audio, which means I can actually listen to music and some other things on the side. Which is great, because running around in a circle isn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world. I will say that if I could, I don't know if I can get this set up. I kind of like Googled it once. I didn't really Google it too thoroughly. If I can get a setup to do 3DS capture, I would be shiny hunting in ORAS in a heartbeat. We would be in there. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I think, had the best shiny hunting. I really, really, really like dex nabbing. I don't know if I was like the only person who enjoyed that, but I just loved it to bits. That was my favorite type of shiny hunting. It was so chill. You always had the confirmation when it happened. There wasn't a lot of pressure. You just had to have patience, and you would eventually succeed. Which I know is kind of the main theme, but like, especially felt it on that. I wonder if anybody gets motion sick from doing stuff like this. Like, does this cause motion sickness? Just thoughts I have as I run around. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to take for an orange cotton ball to show up, but I feel like it's probably going to appear pretty fast given how fast they're spawning in. The only thing is there's some orange mixed in with the environment that's throwing me off, so we will see. Today was an interesting day, though. I am going to sidetrack real quick and talk about other things while we are sitting here running in a circle, because I don't know how long this is going to take. Today was an interesting day, kind of a bigger day. We did the year in review for the website, which included a big breakdown of everything that was achieved, and it was actually kind of, I don't know, heartwarming, I'm going to say. It made me feel better about myself just looking back on everything that was been done for the website, because that was a lot. There was a whole lot of new content put out for it, a whole lot of between art and short story stuff. There was a lot of redevelopment and development, a lot of forward momentum on that I just never really appreciated, even as the one who was doing all of it. So yeah, that was a huge write-up and a huge trip down memory lane for this year. And that did also include the write-up and the flashback on everything that's happened with streaming and whatnot. Because, I mean, we started out this year, mid-year, basically never getting anybody. And we've been averaging 1 or 2 a stream, which is an improvement, which I am quite pleased about. And we have groundwork laid for actual YouTube video content now. So that will hopefully be showing up soon. If that's an orange one, I can't even be bothered to look in that bush. I refuse. If it's orange, it's orange. I'm not looking in the bush. I am glad this is one of those ones that should just stand out. It should definitely stand out. It and Whimsicott should both just absolutely jump. So yeah, we're looking for orange and we're looking for blue both. And then once these two have been acquired, we can go and look at the Comfey and see if we can acquire that too. Comfey is not required for this though. I'm not worried about Comfey right now. I have other things that are higher priority. And kind of the same will be said for the hunt after this if we get these. I want to go for... Nope. I want to go for Alolan Vulpix, 2 of them, so we can get the Ninetales and Vulpix knocked out, and then that will also include Gramble and Stubble. So, and Milcery. Milcery is still there too, so Milcery and Alcremie. We'll just see how many of those we can get. So it'll be a big mega hunt in the snow biome, going up and down the same stretch of land. And what's ironic is I'm pretty sure that once we get all the fairies knocked out, we will just stay there and go for steel types. So that is what we have in the tank. Also, if we do run out of Herba Mystica or whatever and we stop having the momentum to be able to do this on stream, we will switch back to Arceus and use that as a crutch. I also have half a mind... That tripped me up for a second. I also have half a mind to do shiny hunting in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but that will take a long time to get set up. I am nowhere near close to being able to do that right now. I did not finish playing through those games. Played through them a bit, didn't play through them completely. There's a lot of Pokemon there that I still need access to. So I guess now I can go into the monologue of what do I already have shiny-wise. I have 300, I think? 300 Pokemon, not 300 Spartans. A whole bunch of those have been acquired in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so that should give you an idea of which gen we have the bulk of right now. Gen 3 is mostly taken care of. Gen 1 is kind of spotty coverage. Gen 2 is extremely spotty coverage. 5 is actually covered a lot better than you would think. Same with 4. And then I have a bunch from X and Y as well. But yeah, the bulk of the shinies that I have are from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and Arceus. I didn't actually get many shinies from Sun and Moon, mostly because I hated radar, or not radar, the SOS chaining. SOS chaining was the bane of my existence. I hated every second of it, and I did not enjoy any of it, so... What was that? I saw something shift out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was like a message or something. And now I'm just distracted. Okay, so still no orange. Anyway. The one thing that Sun and Moon was good for that I did take advantage of was the legendary soft resetting. Same with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I have a decent chunk of legendaries that are shiny from that, but not a ton. So like the Justice Trio is taken care of. All 3 of those are done. Mesprit's done. We have Guzzlord and Celesteela, and I want to say we have Xurkitree, but I don't remember for sure. We have Ho-Oh, we have Latios. I swear we had something else that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I soft reset for way too long in X and Y for a Zapdos before realizing that it's Shining locked in that game, and I will admit that. I'm an idiot. So yeah, we're just going to keep running around in a circle here and see what we can add on to. We got a huge gap that we still need, so anything from basically the last 3 generations is still a prio hunt, and then I can fill in gaps using both Arceus and the Let's Go series. And if it comes from Sword and Shield and it can't be found on this game, we're not going for it, because I refuse to ever touch Sword and Shield ever again. That's a fun discussion. That's actually a new monologue. This will be... So I have very strong opinions on Pokemon games, just like everybody. I have very strong opinions on what I think were the good ones and what I think were the ones that sucked. I'm going to come out and say it right now. I did not like Sword and Shield at all. I did not have anything redeeming to find about that game. Like, the raid stuff at the time was kind of interesting, but not enough to keep me hooked, and the shiny hunting in that game was non-existent until DLCs, but by then I had no interest, so too late. So I think that Sword and Shield is possibly the, I think it's possibly the worst. I think it's the worst. Which is also going to be followed up by something else that's kind of a hot take that some people will disagree with. I think it is okay, and I think it's actually a healthy sign if the first game for a series is actually one of the worst ones. And I do actually think that as time has gone on, I think the only thing propping up red, blue, and yellow is nostalgia. Which, again, is totally fine. That's what's supposed to happen. They were great games at the time, but as time has gone on, they've kind of fallen behind. So that's what's supposed to happen. If that didn't happen, we'd be in trouble. I think we can all collectively agree they have gotten massively better since then. Is that orange? No, that's green too. You're green, right? Why can't I see that? There we go. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been about 10 minutes. We'll see. I think we should have probably another 10 minutes before we do a reset just to be safe. Going off my monologue, continue with my monologue. Because I'm not done. I'm getting back on my soapbox. Okay, so I think we agree kind of the bottom is definitely Sword and Shield, and then we can kind of go up a little bit higher from there to red and blue. And then from there it gets a little bit murkier. It's hard to start judging some of these, but my personal favorite is still going to be Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, just purely because I enjoyed the shiny hunting so much. And I really, I know I'm in a small boat, but I really enjoyed X and Y. X and Y was really, really fun. On a college campus with the Friend Safari thing, that was peak. That was peak. Because then it wasn't just about battling and trading on the college campus, it was also about getting the Friend Safari stuff rolling, and yeah, in terms of shiny hunting, that was a blast. It was great. I remember sitting in front of different classes and just trading safaris with people. It was so weird. Like, Street Pass actually did something. Why am I not seeing anything? So yeah, anyway, X and Y is up there really high, and so is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think everyone can also collectively agree that Emerald was really groundbreaking and still holds up pretty well to this. I ran into a deer. Anyway, I think we can all collectively agree, though, that Emerald holds up pretty well. I think we can all agree that Platinum holds up really well. Black and White and the 2 sequels holds up really well. Really well, in my opinion. I think those games are actually really solid. The shiny hunting wasn't much, so I didn't get, like, rooted in those games, but I think, like, actually playing through them, I think that was really, really, really good. I kind of want to make a tier list now. now I want to do a tier list video where we just sit and figure out where these are all positioned at. We can also talk about Pokemon Snap, too. That'd be fun. Let's figure out where that is on the list. Oh, and the GameCube games. Oh, man, we could really go down the rabbit hole with this. Oh, man. Jeez, the GameCube games just totally threw me through a loop. Those are definitely up there. Those were great. Colosseum was pretty good, but Gale of Darkness was like on a whole different tier. So like Colosseum would be like, I'd say B tier, but I think that Gale of Darkness is probably an S tier. That was really fun back in the day. And that one I still think holds up. I've played through that one recently, like within the last 4 years or something, and that one was still like really fun. Just because of like what it forces you to use. Like it's just such an interesting experience. And the whole stealing Pokemon, missing Pokemon, the mixture of some wild ones in there, the purifying thing, Battle Bingo, Mirror B, and like Mirror B by himself could just be S tier. Let's see, what else is there? What other games have I missed the opportunity to crap all over? Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let's discuss the interesting game that is Sun and Moon. How do I feel about Sun and Moon? I have opinions. I don't know that Sun and Moon's a bad game, but I also don't know it's a good game, so I really don't know where it would fall. I think Sun and Moon was probably... I'm gonna go out... I may be by myself here, but I honestly think that Sun and Moon was probably one of the toughest Pokemon games. At least for me. I've played through Sun and Moon twice now, for shiny hunting reasons. And I genuinely think that was possibly the toughest Pokemon game. Because you can get your Pokemon leveled up to be equal level to the opponent and still get absolutely throttled. Which is not normal. On every other Pokemon game, if I am equal level with my opponent, I am usually just sweeping and just continuing on my merry way. That was the first game where I'm equal leveled and I'm still getting my teeth kicked in. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. And it felt like a Why does that look so weird? Anyway. I think a huge part of the reason why Sumo was so difficult is because of the weird speed stuff. Like, it felt like... Maybe I was just picking, like, the wrong Pokemon. I don't think I was, though, because I was trying to actually pick fast Pokemon, but it always felt like I was being outsped by everything. It didn't matter what I picked. It felt like even Snorlax was outspeeding me. Everything I was fighting felt like an Electrode, and I still to this day do not know why. But anyway, that's what made that game just so weirdly tough. Where are the shiny? I might reset here in a minute, just to, like, preserve time. Since we're running low on Herba Mystica, I really don't want to find an excuse to waste Herba Mystica. I think we are about to reset. I think we reset here in a second. We reset right now? I think we reset right now, honestly. Yeah, mark that one down on the fail. I think that's a failed sandwich. I'm sure there was a shiny at some point, but it was not in my field of vision wherever it was, which tells me it was either a bush shiny or it was like down the hill, which is entirely possible. Yeah, it could have been a down the hill shiny. But yeah, it's out. Reset, hit it again. Finishing thought process. So yeah, I think Sun and Moon was actually the hardest. I genuinely think it was. Like, I know you have like the Battle Frontier and things like that, but I think just from like general playing through to the Elite Four, I think that one was the toughest. I think the next toughest was actually probably Crystal. Crystal was tough though for a different reason, and it was purely because of the weird leveling system and the weird scaling. Because you would frequently get stuck in situations where it's like, I'm level 30, my opponents are level 40. All of the Pokemon I can grind against are level 20. Which was a very tough system to work around back in the day. That was very tough. Like, you had to do a lot of grinding to make things easy. So, I think it was hard because it was grindy. Focus on making this sandwich so that way I don't accidentally screw this up again. I think another hard one. I'm thinking right now. I think that deserves to be in one of the harder ones. Let's make this easy. Okay, so which ones were so easy I forgot? X and Y. I liked X and Y, but X and Y was not a difficult game. That was easy. I think X and Y was a great game, but in terms of playthrough, that was a complete snooze fest of just absolutely demolishing everything that moved. And then Sword and Shield was I don't ever remember wiping to anything in Sword and Shield. I don't even remember losing Pokemon in Sword and Shield, to be honest. I just remember Sword and Shield being face roll the whole way through. No, stop. There. Whew. Sword and Shield was a face roll. This game was a face roll. This was a face roll. They're like I wiped once on my playthrough. I only wiped once, and it was to the final, or not the final boss, but to Sada the first time, because I was doing it blind. I had no idea what she would have, and the primals just completely wrecked me. I was totally caught off guard, and then I just blew right through her the second time because I knew it was coming. Stop it. Let's talk about Diamond and Pearl now in terms of difficulty. Let's go down that rabbit hole, because that's an interesting discussion. So, oh wait, real quick, because I forgot, I was going on like which ones are the easiest. Ruby and Sapphire are in there too. I thought Ruby and Sapphire were pretty easy. I think Emerald's honestly pretty easy until the Battle Frontier, and then I think the difficulty spikes. So, and yeah, we can talk about Steven later. So yeah, anyway, Diamond and Pearl is interesting because a lot of people talk about Diamond and Pearl being really hard. And then you ask the people who say that what they thought was really hard about it. And every time their answer is always the same. It's always Cynthia. So, is Diamond and Pearl actually hard, or is Cynthia just way overtuned? I feel like Cynthia is probably just way overtuned. Because the rest of the game, I don't remember in terms of like actually wiping to anything. I remember most of the rest of the game being pretty face roll. So I think Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum are probably going on the easier list. I think it's harder than some of these other ones that we listed off, but I think Diamond and Pearl is probably mid in terms of like difficulty. Boy, if anyone clips that out of context, I'm screwed, because people are just going to hear me say that, and I'm talking about difficulty and not in terms of like enjoyment or how good it was. Ooh, I'd be careful about that in the future. Thank God there's no one in here to clip that. I don't see anything. I think Black and White was actually pretty tough. I've played through those recently, and I find that in Black and White 2, it's kind of like moderate difficulty all the way through. So it's kind of like this consistent difficulty. It's not impossible and it's not hard, but it's at least a moderate challenge where Pokemon will probably faint every now and then. And you could wipe to a trainer here and there. And then there's like Black and White, where the game is not too hard, and then suddenly like the end sequence happens, and like the difficulty is just like bye, and just leaves. It just takes off, and you just get run over by it. That game, I remember, spiked out of nowhere. I remember it was just an easy time, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're in the end game. Good luck. I hope you have clean underwear. Goodbye. I remember very clearly the attack on the Elite Four. Elite Four in that game was rough, and then afterwards, trying to get through the the Black and the Plasma. I kept wanting to call them Team Black and White for some reason. Holy cow, I'm getting old. But Team Plasma just was a wall at the end, and the fight against In and Geddes was insane. Red and Blue is Red and Blue. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. That game's it's in its own little bubble. It's really hard to judge Red and Blue in terms of difficulty to everything else. Like, it's really tough. It's just so different. It's different even from Gold and Silver. Like, it's so different. It is totally is that orange? That doesn't look orange. Is it orange? No, it's green. Yeah, it's green. Anyway. So yeah, I don't think Red and Blue can be included in this. I just can't. I can't. Let's see. Is anything else? So we went through Red and Blue. We went through Silver and Gold. We went through... we briefly went through Ruby and Sapphire and just kind of threw that out the window. And then we went over Diamond Pearl. We went over X and Y. We went over Black and White. We went over Sun and Moon. We went over Sword and Shield. And we kind of briefly touched on this game. So yeah, I think that's a pretty fair list. I think it's fair to say that I think it's really fair to say that Sumo was the hardest in terms of just a raw playthrough. It was just very unique. And that's it. We're done. That's the end of the list. So now that we got over that, and I'm sure that's going to be controversial as beyond belief if anybody happens to listen to that at some point, because that would be an interesting tier list to go through and fight a war on. Let's talk about the next controversial thing, which is which Pokemon suck. Because if there's anything, I love causing a storm. Let's be honest, the ones that suck are probably the ones that I don't even remember. Right? Like the Pokemon that are really bad because you just forget they even exist. So how do we really say which ones truly suck? Because we're probably not going to remember the ones that we really think suck. Because we've probably tried to forget them. Anyway, I will throw... what is its name? I can't remember its name. I just know... Isn't it Komala? The koala. I cannot remember its name. I think that just earns it the spot down in the list immediately, right? Just the fact I can't remember its name. I can see it. I can see how unimpressive it is. And I remember its name was just not interesting. So that one's got to be bad. There are definitely a lot of Pokemon from... specifically Sun and Moon. I was not a fan of Sun and Moon designs. I thought Sun and Moon was kind of lackluster. The Alola stuff was cool, the Alolan forms, but I think most of the ones that were added were just kind of meh. I wish I had a full list in front of me. We could go through and like dissect the designs of all these and figure out why they are not interesting. We could also really get controversial and talk about which designs from Gen 1 suck. That'd be fun. That'd be an easy one to go through and cause problems with. Oh man, I could probably get a mob going on that one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about Gen 1. Here we go. This is going to end with my death and dismemberment, I already know. Oh, yeah. So, Gen 1. Gen 1 gave us some designs that were really cool, if extraordinarily overhyped. I think there's some Gen 1 Pokemon that are extremely overhyped. Pikachu, obvious reasons. I think Pikachu's an okay design. I don't think it should be like... That's their mascot, so that's why it's so overly popular, but still, it's just like, he's just okay. I think there are a couple others just that you could slot out with Pikachu, and if it was promoted everywhere just as much, I think nobody would notice. I think Meryl's a great example. I think you could swap... If you had a time machine and you go back and you swap Pikachu with Meryl, I think you get the same effect. The same effect of popularity. So yeah, I don't think Pikachu is terrible design. I just think it's kind of not worth the hype. Charizard, I think, is pretty good. For a Gen 1 design, it stands out. It's not my favorite, though. Weirdly enough, so let's think about all these ones that exist in Gen 1 that are strange. You have things like Porygon, which is very unique. You have things like Mr. Mime, very unique. You have Electabuzz, you have Magmar, you have these ones that stand out really strongly. Which is what I think makes them immediately not suck. Which is why I also think that, although people would disagree, I think Jinx goes in that same category of it's so unique and so different that it deserves a chance to stand in the not suck category. Just purely because it's so different and out there. Like, it just adds something so weird to the Pokemon universe that just wouldn't exist otherwise. Now, in terms of ones that suck, let's go down the list and start looking at the ones that I think are kind of boring. I hate to say it. I'm going to get killed. I just don't like Pidgey. I don't like Pidgey. I think Pidgey's boring. Like, it fills this niche, and I also feel like it started this really bad trend where every generation has to have the quote-unquote trash bird. I think Spearow can also go in that same category. I just think they're both not interesting. They're great for filler, just not that great on their own. Ekans is another one that I think is extremely uninspired. It's a snake. Who cares? Arbok's okay. They tried to do something interesting with the chest design, so it gets out of jail. It gets a little bit of a chance to shine. It gets a little pat on the back for having that really cool hood. Yes, I am still looking at every single Cottonee and Whimsicott for a shiny. We're in a weird lull again. We had this happen with Quillfish yesterday. And then when Quillfish finally popped, we got like 5 in a row. It was insane. So I'm not overly concerned. We're just kind of building up right now to something insane. Alright, let's continue down the list of Gen 1 designs. I don't feel like we can put Krabby and Kingler in the same category as Ekans. I think they have to go above it, but I think they're... Unfortunately, I do think they are down there a little bit. There is one that I want to talk about that people always dog on, and I think it's actually not fair or warranted. We need to talk about Voltorb and Electrode. There are people who will like adamantly defend some of the designs from Gen 5, like the stupid ice cream cone. I don't like the ice cream cone. I've never liked the ice cream cone. But there are people who adamantly defend that and try to compare it to Voltorb and Electrode. But the thing is Voltorb and Electrode were supposed to be Pokeballs, or you know, like pseudo Pokeballs. They're supposed to like replicate that imagery. So by themselves, they are kind of unique, which I think is super interesting. And then Magnemite is also one of my favorite Pokemon. So fight me on Magnemite. I think Gengar's dope. I won't fight people on Gengar. I think Gengar has gotten so popular, it's entered this weird category where we might be towing on overhype, but I've always thought Gengar is cool, so I'm not going to fight that battle right now. Hypno freaks me out. Its existence freaks me out. I've seen too much internet. The Geodude line I think is okay. If anything about Geodude, the one thing that has always bothered me about the Geodude line is the jump from Graveler to Golem. It very much weirds me out. I don't know how they get from one to the other. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And the fact that if you take Graveler and you take Machoke and you swap their attributes, you get Machamp and you get Golem. So, to me, it's this lingering question. So I guess this isn't really so much of is the Pokemon bad design. It's more just what happened here. And is this like hint at something they tried to do in the past in terms of design? Did they at one point actually consider trying to do something where if you traded Pokemon, they would change like attributes and stats and be completely different? Like, were they trying to do some weird customization thing with the trading system? So like nowadays, like let's take a Cottonee for example. If you took a Cottonee and you traded it with, I don't know, what's a good example? Like a Magmar. Were they originally thinking, like, if you traded a Cottonee with a Magmar, the Cottonee would catch fire and the Magmar would get fluffy? Is that what that originally hints at? I don't know, but that's what keeps me up at night. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll be here all week. Man, I really have gotten bit by my earlier optimism. I really thought this was going to be a fast shiny, but it has been slow and uneventful. But I have not run out of things to talk about yet, so the monologue continues. Well, it did continue, but then my brain just like shut off because I just stopped talking, and now I have to jump start myself. What other designs do I want to discuss from Gen 1 that I can start shit about? Why does Farfetch'd exist? Like, why? I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, Farfetch'd is in this weird spot where I just don't know why it existed for the longest time. And then when they finally gave it an evolution, they literally gave an evolution to an alternate form of it. Oh, man. Oh, I think I caught that in time. Whew, that was a random sneeze, came out of nowhere. My bad. Ugh. But I think Farfetch'd is also a great example where some of those leaks, like the Nintendo, what is that? The World Expo? What was that from? The original leak for Gold and Silver, where a demo was found and like designs that were just never utilized. That fascinates me, and oh my god, why did we not get to see the Farfetch'd Evo? A Farfetch'd Evo would have changed things. But oh well. We will just continue to have Duck. Boring Duck. I can't think of any other designs from Gen 1 that I want to hate on, honestly. There's a lot of designs from Gen 1 that I'm just kind of okay with. Like, the thing about Gen 1, and the reason why it gets such a pass for me, is because what Gen 1 had to achieve was fill out. It had to fill things out and fill gaps and voids in a natural world that was pretty large. And it did a pretty good job of, like, you had Magikarp, which filled in the rivers. You had Shellder, which gave us some bivalves that could sit in bays and harbors. You had Staryu, which could go in the same spot. You had Ekans, you had Paris, you had these things that filled up forests, you had things that filled up plains. Like, regardless of the designs, like, their goal of making the world feel more alive was definitely something that warrants all of them kind of getting a little bit bumped up in score purely because of that, regardless of how they look. Because they had roles they had to fill, and they did it well. They did it well enough for back then, and they set a foundation that all the rest of these have been able to build upon, so something always to keep in mind. If I ever do a long talk about this, I'm like setting up a PowerPoint. We'll do a PowerPoint on it. We'll do research. We will have images and examples. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go tonight, by the way. This may be a shorter stream because I have just been absolutely taking an L in terms of sleeps, and I am going to probably croak and fall over if I don't fix it sometime soon. So if stream ends early, that's why. Also, if I pass out and just like start drooling on the keyboard, just let me sleep. Don't worry about it. There's a real chance that could happen. Wow, are we gonna go a full hour and not get anything? Dude, that sucks. I don't even think I fixed the audio issues. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. Alright, how about another monologue? Instead of dogging on some of the designs, so we kind of established which ones I am not a fan of in Gen 1. We're kind of looking at, we're kind of eyeballing Ekans, we're kind of eyeballing the boring birds. But at the end of the day, they all get passes because they had roles they had to fill, right? What were the designs that actually stand out to me? I'm sorry, I think Magnemite's peak. I think Magnemite's great. I don't know what it is about that little thing, but it is just so amusing to me. It's such a good little Pokemon with the little magnets on its sides, the little bolts that move in and out, and the noises it makes. It's just a fascinating little design, and even when it evolves and just it's three of them magnetized together, that's still fascinating to me just because they're magnetized. Like, it's the theme. The theme continues. And then Magnezone's pretty cool too. So, yeah, overall, I really like Magnemite. Regardless of what some people think. Some people think it's boring because they're like, it's just a bunch of magnets connected to a ball. Yeah, but look at the personality that thing manages to have, even when just that. Like, it's got so much personality. And they included so many tiny details, like the little bolts and everything. That really helps sell Magnemite for me. The other Gen 1 design that I'm really, really fond of, and this is a total left field thing, I don't know why, but, like, when it comes to Pokemon, I'm usually really fond of things that are really big and terrifying and kaiju-esque, or really small and cute. And there isn't a whole lot of middle ground. Ouch! Why is Goldango getting out there? So the other one I'm fond of from Gen 1 is actually Nidorina. That's the other one that I'm really fond of. So Magnemite and Nidorina are kind of my top two from Gen 1. And again, I don't really know what it is, because I'm not super fond of Nido Queen. But Nidorina I am fond of. I'm going to reset here again in a second. This is getting ridiculous. This is going to be the second reset for this stupid thing. This is literally Quillfish all over again. I have no good luck charm for this one, though. We're just going to be sitting here. thinking right now. I'm trying to like run the numbers and trying to figure out how long that we've been doing this for. I think we're approaching 30 minutes. I think this sandwich is gonna run out here in a second. It might be a good idea to go ahead and vaporize this. No, it's not orange. Maybe here in a minute. Let me do one more pass back the other way, and we'll see what happens. Although at this point, with how long this has been going for, even if I do get a shiny before the end, is it really going to be worth holding on to? Because I really need to get 2 and 1 Herb Mystica again. We're back at that point with how few Herb Mystica I have right now. Which again should be fixed going next year once I get the chance to grind some 6-star raids over the break. It should be pretty easy once I get my other console caught up, but... Oh no, we're back at tasting things again! Ah, we're doing it again! Yo, what up? Welcome back. Glad we're going back down the rabbit hole of tasting things. Although I think we can both agree that Cottony would probably just taste nothing like anything except cotton. I guess there is some grass in there, so you get a little bit of something, but that is going to be a lot of cotton. I think I'm going to have to reset this. We're getting too close to that 30-minute mark. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, unlike last time I was streaming, I do have a hit list. So, as we get these knocked out, I have other ones already lined up that we're going to go for. So it's Cottony, and then we'll be going for Alolan Vulpix once we have this knocked out. And then if we somehow manage to get through both of those, we'll be going for some Steel types. But yeah, all we've been doing so far tonight is it's just been a lot of monologuing and a lot of me picking fights with different generations of Pokemon, just seeing how many different controversies I could start in one stream. No, I'm just kidding on that one. There's just been a lot of discussions about which of these Pokemon games was the hardest, etc., etc. Alright, time to make another absolute masterpiece of a sandwich. This one's great because it's literally all tomato. I complained about this early on in stream. I'm going to complain about it again. It is baffling to me that you could sit here and make a really good looking sandwich. 30 minutes is a 1 out of 10. It tastes like time. Aww. It tastes like time lost. I'm never going to get those 30 minutes back. No, but seriously, it's ridiculous to me that this is the sandwich that's optimal. This type of garbage. This is 0 out of 10. It just tastes like a waste of my life. But yeah, there's been no nothing else to report since last stream in terms of like shinies gotten or anything like that. And hopefully, one thing I realized when I was going back through the footage from Mondays, I realized how loud my mic was and how badly it kept spiking. So hopefully that's fixed now. I didn't realize that was happening until I went through to go make clips, and it was like, oh man. I'm gonna have to like compress the audio from the recording just to get that to not spike. So, oops. Didn't mean for that to happen, but it should be fixed now. That is so disgusting looking. Even if you paid me, I do not think I would eat that. I don't think I would eat that. I'd have to be paid a lot to eat something that looked like that. I just cannot imagine how disgusting that would be. Alright, here we go again. Oh. Well, let's see. On the first sandwich I went through, you can use a blender to make a sauce from the sandwich. That actually is not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a pretty good idea. I mean, you're basically, that sauce would be whatever the main ingredient was, just plus bread. Would that actually work as, like, I wonder what you could get away using that for. I mean, it would be a pretty bad sauce most of the time, but it also makes me wonder, like, if you could make, like, the panko-style breadcrumbs out of that, too. That's a curious thought. But yeah, no, there's got to be some way to make those. That sandwich needs help. The sandwiches in this game need help. There's another question, too, that actually I just realized from that. So, the sandwiches in this game that are actually useful all look terrible and look like they would kill you if you ate it. So, does that mean that everybody in this game is just really bad at cooking, or is it just only our player character that has no idea how to cook and somehow it just works? I kind of want to just believe that nobody in this game knows how to cook, because that's just more humorous to me. A well-balanced sandwich with a mixture of veggies and sauces and meats? Nah, we're just going to put 9 tomatoes on this and call it a day. Carefully sprinkled across the sandwich and balanced the artistic display to look appealing to eat? Nah, we're just going to stack all this tofu in the middle of the sandwich and call it a day. That is... yeah, that's something. Man, where is the stupid cotton ball? It is still baffling to me that yesterday we had that, or not yesterday, Monday, we had that sandwich that was just back to back to back to back to back to back, and now we're back to this, where there's just nothing. Look bad on purpose and they have bad taste buds. That is entirely possible. It's like one of those backwards parallel universes where the worse it looks, the better it looks. Wait. I can't remember now. It's been so long since I've run through this. Have we ever actually... do any of the other characters in this game ever actually make a sandwich for us to look at? Or does the tutorial literally just tell us, do your best, and slap you on the back and send you out the door? I can't remember. I know your mother at the beginning gives you a sandwich, and you feed it obviously to the sandwich lizard. But I don't think they actually show in any tutorials someone else making a sandwich. We have no proof that anybody on this planet, in this universe, knows how to make a sandwich. Maybe that's why the sandwich lizard likes the sandwiches so much, because they're just so bad. I will also totally admit I expected by this point to have at least one cottony and be moving on to something else. The fact that I've been running in this circle for so long is, like, insane. I thought this would be an easy shiny hunt because this thing's shiny stands out like a sore thumb, and it's actually spawning pretty fast. Only character that doesn't know how to make a sandwich. That is entirely possible. Especially since, like I said, I don't think there's any example. I think they just pat you on the back and tell you, make a sandwich out of this stuff. Which is also kind of weird that they didn't actually include a tutorial or anything showing you a step-by-step process of how to optimally do it. They just kind of chuck you out the door and say good luck. That's really weird, considering it's the main feature of this game, really. If we reset again, I think I might change spots and, like, go for the Alolan Vulpix for a little, just for the sake of, you know, switching this up. Because I am getting really tired of looking at this grass. We're really getting tired of looking at this grass. I've been going back and forth here for the last hour. No! Okay, there we go. Okay, finally. Yeah, that stands out. That really stands out. That's really pretty. So yeah, I went through earlier and I was looking at a full list of anything that I wanted to go through that had the best shiny patterns that I didn't already have, and this is one of them. I think the orange cotton ball is really cool, so scratch that off the list. Wait. I just realized something. It kind of looks like a Cheeto. There you go, Zach. It tastes like a Cheeto. The shiny Cottony has to taste like a Cheeto because it looks like a Cheeto. That's my contribution to this. Yeah, you're right. The Magikarp definitely was contributing last time. I don't have anything in this area to, like, bless us. Like, there's no Lord anything in the grasslands here. Like, what are we worshipping here? An Oddish? I don't want to have a Lord Oddish. I do not want to worship Lord Oddish. I'd rather go back to the water. Go back to the fish. I wonder if I need to run a different spot. I wonder how screwed up I'm getting by these ones that are spawning on the sides of the cliff here. Although, now that I've seen how obvious the orange is, I kind of just want to run full throttle. Because that stood out a lot more than I was expecting it to. Gosh, Sawsbuck. Every time I look at Sawsbuck, I get tripped up. No, 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 come back! Yeah. I can't find a cotton god. We need one! We need one right now to help! I don't think there's another Pokemon besides Cottony that we can that's like cotton themed. Is there any other cotton themed Pokemon? Is it just Cottony and Whimsicott? Because if it's so, that means that we need to start, like, praying to Whimsicott for luck. My phone just go off? What was that? Something just vibrated. It's distracting. Wait, now I'm curious. What if... Okay, so this little area has a lot of cotton balls that just keep spawning. And if I keep running in a circle like this, it's despawn... Why am I not just running in a circle here? Wait, isn't this more efficient? Am I crazy? I feel like this is more efficient. I mean, I might be crazy, and this may also be more efficient. They may be two totally unrelated things, but... No, there's definitely a lot popping in. I'm just going to start going in a circle right here. Screw it. Let's see what happens. I just need to make sure to, like, keep looking behind me. There's that little pink bird in the middle of all that keeps distracting me. It's the only downside here. So if we manage to find the second Cottony or a Whimsicott here, I will ditch this spot and fly over to where Comfey spawns, and we'll see if we can get a Comfey. That'll be the goal. And then once we're done with this hunt, we will be switching to Vulpix. Which, that Vulpix is going to take a while. There's no way. Unless, like, the stars align, that will not be a one-sandwich hunt. The only way to hunt for Vulpix is either using the Fairy type or Ice type, and that spot where that thing spawns is packed with both. There's a lot of competition. I cannot narrow that down very much. Lord Bidoof would help if he wasn't stuck in Legends Arceus. It's always sad to think about how many Pokemon are actually just stuck on Arceus and they can't go anywhere. I mean, I guess they can all go to Pokemon Home, but I mean, like, yeah, they're not coming over here to help. Speaking of that, I actually need to get Ursaluna over here, so that way I can use it for raid battles. I want to try out that Facade build. Oh, there's a cluster, but nope, no orange. Yeah, this is way easier than the path that I was doing. I should have been doing this from the beginning. Yeah, I was being really stupid earlier. Oh yeah, speaking of Arceus, I mentioned this earlier on stream, but that will probably be the backup if I run out of Urban Mystica. I'll probably go back to shiny hunting in that. Because I got like 3 full boxes of shinies over there. I got a lot. Although it's weird, I got on there the other night, and the strategies that I used to be able to do for shiny hunting just were not producing anything. It was very strange. Not the old strategy that got patched out, but I mean, even just flying around in that game, usually every time I would fly around one of the maps there, I'd find one shiny, but I just got nothing after like 2 hours the other night of just casually doing it. It was very disheartening. Is that orange? That's not orange. It's green. Yeah, I guess we will just continue running around here until they stop spawning, which will probably be 7 or 8 minutes is my guess, is how much time is left on the sandwich. I'd really like to get that second continent. Even if we don't get a second continent on this sandwich, though, there's a really high chance I will still probably save. I probably won't do a reset like I normally would. Just because I know we're going to be getting a lot of Urban Mystica here soon, so I'm not too worried about conserving right now. There is one. Oh man, of course it's Gloom. That is such an interesting pick the more and more I think about it. That is pretty funny. Imagine the statues you'd have to build to that thing with the drool coming out of the corner of its mouth all the time. That is a heck of a Pokemon to ask for luck from. But if there is a Lord Gloom, please bless us with the appearance of another orange cotton ball, please. I would really like to get the one orange cotton ball so I can leave and go do a Vulpix. We need a fox. It is a very fox-themed stream. We have got to get another fox. We need more foxes. Speaking of which, I am like partially tempted to do the switch fast forward reset strat thing to manipulate the encounters to try and bring up a Fennekin encounter. I would very, very much like to go for Fennekin and get it all completely knocked out. Although, honestly, the other thing about Fennekin 2 that gives me pause is we still don't know anything about Legend Z. And if that's the shiny starter in Legend Z, if it's anything like Arceus, it might actually be pretty easy to get a shiny of. I would absolutely kill for Fennekin to be another be the starter for Z. The odds are low. I know the odds are low. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but hey, I can hope. Don't take this from me. I wish there was an easier way to keep track of how many encounters that I've had so far, or how many I've seen. I'd be really curious. That was something that I liked in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, since the dex nabbing was so slow. It was really easy just to track them. But since the odds were so high, it didn't go on for a long time like these can. Usually with Dex nabbing, it was rare for any of them to ever go over 200. Whoa. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going in the circle for the next 5 or 6 minutes. It's gotta be getting close. This could be like the Whooper, though. We could have another Whooper situation in the last 30 seconds. One just shows up. It can happen once. It can happen twice, dang it. I will continue to believe. The battle with the Soviet Zygarde? That's such a weird image. That has such a weird image in my head now. Thanks. Soviet. What exactly led to the Soviet Zygarde being a thing? What? What? That is so left field. Poor Zygarde. It's like the environmental protector. Like that's. It's supposed to be a world helper. That just seems weird. It's probably only 4 minutes left. Come on, gang. We can do this if we believe. If we believe really hard. If we believe really hard. Maybe we can get the second Cottony on one sandwich and be fine. I want to believe that this can happen. I want to believe. Also, shoutouts to when I was... Oh, whoops. Well, that's one way to do that. Shoutouts to the hour ago where I thought this would be a fast hunt, and it's just turned into not that. This hunt just completely went sideways. I guess not as sideways as it could have gone. That's at least not as bad as Qwilfish right now. Yeah, if we come away... Wow. Oh man, there's a whole plot to this. Oh boy. It's still so left field. But I'll allow it. I will allow it. Though it's weird that we're having this conflict with the Gloom of all things. It's such a weird mental image still. That is such a weird, funky mental image. Although I would assume that if there was a colored version of that, the Zygarde would be like some red and black color, would be my guess, which would actually be pretty cool on a Zygarde, let's be honest. So if I'm going to take anything from this, I'm going to take that a red and black Zygarde would actually look really sick. Or red and gold even. What did I just step on? Oh my god. I feel like I'm always stepping on these. It's like the third time tonight I have just randomly stepped on a Deerling. Yo! Yes! I think that's orange. That's orange, isn't it? Yes! Awesome. Okay, we did it. We did it. We got both of them. We can cross Cottony and Whimsicott. Both are off the list. We're done. We didn't have to think about the cotton balls anymore. We're done. We're good. All hail Lord Gloom. We're fine. So, I don't know how much time is left on this. It's like maybe 30 seconds. Let's really quickly go and see if we can encounter a Comfey over here. Oh, and also really quickly, because I see the comment. So, this is my mental image of that. If a Zygarde, a Soviet Zygarde, ended up collapsing, would it just fragment into a bunch of cells? Would that be its collapse? It just cells. That's what I want to pretend in my head. Where did the Comfey spawn? I know it was somewhere over here. Oh, did the sandwich already run out? That wouldn't shock me. Oh, the sandwich may have run out in that time when I was flying. Or I just may not be to where it is. Oh, no, wait. It's right here. Oh, this is going to be a lot tougher than I was thinking it was going to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a challenge and a half. Oh, this is terrible. Who let me think this was a good idea? Wow, these are really small and really hard to see. Why do you let me... Why do people let me do this to myself? Why do I keep picking these ones that are really hard to see? My eyes are gonna burn by the end of this. Oh my god, they're everywhere. And this is one of those ones that's really hard to tell. I mean, like, if you look at it side by side, like, it's really obvious which one the shiny is because it's, like, blue versus green. But the Pokemon itself is really small. And the flowers don't change color. It's just that little tiny body at the top. Oh, this is... Yeah. If I don't get the Cottony here, I am going to have to come back and do this at some point. I am not going to look forward to it, though. Oh, is the sandwich run out? I think the sandwich may have just run out. That looked like a sandwich finishing. Maybe just bad luck. No, I think that was just bad luck in that direction. I need to stay over here. This area is better, I guess. I also don't know what it is, but something about the change in weather has just absolutely messed me up and screwed up my voice majorly, so that's why I sound different tonight. I am not enjoying it. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom in. This is like... I feel like I need a magnifying glass for these things. And it's to come back to every country. You're putting a lot of thought into this. You're putting a lot of thought into this. If anything, that's what I appreciate more than anything else. The thought that is going into this Zygarde. No matter what the idea is. If somebody has put a lot of thought into it, I will at least respect it. Collapses into mini cells and the soul disappears. Come back in every century. Yep. Oh my god, This is terrible because there are ones spawning off in the middle of nowhere. And they're impossible to see from a distance. And since the shiny is blue, if they're in shade, they kind of look like a shiny. Oh, also, side note, when I was running around testing earlier, I forgot to mention this, but this was hilarious. There's like this really, really, really awful graphical glitch in one area of the map, and it turned a Slowpoke like green. Like green. It was wild looking. It was not a shiny. I tested, because I was really confused. I don't know why it happens. But I will go back and find it. Just purely because I want that on the video so we can reference that later for how strange it looks. I feel like this is one of those where it could turn shiny and I wouldn't notice. I do really wish I knew how much time was left on this sandwich right now. But we'll keep going until these Comfey stop spawning. As soon as they stop spawning, I'm out. That's green. I wish this thing's shiny had different flower colors. That'd be so much easier. Either way, even if we don't get another shiny on this, I'm really not worried about it, because we got the two that I really wanted to get on this sandwich, so I will be A-okay. And we can happily go and hunt for Vulpix after this, which will be a treat. Oh, get ready for a shiny that's really going to be hard to see. 6. Oh, yeah. Agreed. 100% that would not be tasty. 100% that would not be tasty. And you know what? We double down on that meme. Because that's one of the few Pokemon that we know that people will actually eat because of the Slowpoke tail. So yeah, I guess Prime Slowpoke is pretty tasty, but yeah, I don't want to know what that green one would taste like. That would definitely be a low tier. Not to mention, you'd probably like have to go to the hospital from that. What is going on with that Seviper's tail? No, go away, Comfey. I'm trying to figure out why that Seviper is bugging. Okay, that Seviper is like... Okay, I'm just going to move on and pretend I didn't see that. I am going to try to pretend that I did not see that, because I don't know how to quantify what I was just looking at. Okay, surely that sandwich is done. That sandwich has to be done, and I'm just losing my mind. But nothing else is spawning here yet. Yeah, you would only eat the Slowpoke's tail. Yeah, you would not eat the rest of the Slowpoke. According to the game lore, you eat the tail and that's it, and the tail grows back, and then you can just eat it again. Oh, there we go. The sandwich is done now, for sure. Okay. Cool. We save. We save, and we can go get to the new spot. Not bad. Alright, so 2 shinies, and there's something I need to double check here real quick. I want to double check and see as soon as it will let me. I'm checking one quick thing. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm looking up some extra information about this next hunt, so I'm okay. Of course, that's not what I'm looking for. Thanks, Google. What the heck is that? Hang on. Man, holy cow. That's intense, man. But no. No, that's you don't. Where is that at? Why can't I not find that? Oops. That's not what I wanted. How did I get in this menu? Okay, I give up. Actually, it's a good question of what's in a Slowpoke's tail. I think it's just meat. I don't think there's anything in it. I don't even think there's bone. I think it's literally just meat. It'd probably be kind of, well, what would be in it? It'd be like a salamander's tail, right? The part that they can eject, that has vertebra in it. Okay, so yeah, it would probably have bone. But no, I don't think anyone eats the rest of this level. At least lore-wise. Magikarp, on the other hand. Magikarp, Basculin, and some of those other ones, on unfortunately for them. That's another rabbit hole to go down. Why is that deer look so strange? No, it's not shiny. Okay. We're here. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I just realized why Belden is going to be annoying when we go for that eventually. Okay. We're not looking at anything else. We're saving and we're going. I see a Vulpix over there. Go. And we don't have to make another sandwich. You can just make the same exact one we already did. Made a watermelon. That is so strange to think about. Oh my god, can you imagine if you like bit into a Slowpoke and it just tastes like watermelon? Dude, that'd be wild. That would be so wild. Wait, honest question. Which Pokemon would have the most likelihood of tasting like watermelon? That'd have to be a grass type, right? Tropius would probably taste like banana, since I think that's actually what you harvest off of it. What else is there? Dude, my brain is not working tonight. Oh, there's the Cherubi. Oh yeah, if you wanted something fruity, there's the Cherubi. That would probably literally just be a cherry, right? I still can't think of a watermelon one. I'm trying to think, but I got nothing. Alright, here we go. Sparkling and Encounter Power, both for Fairy. Let's do this. Okay, immediately getting assaulted by Granbull and Snubbull. Awesome. And Milcery. Awesome. Oh, this is definitely not going to be what I want. Oh well. Here we go. One way or another, we're doing this. So Snubbull and Granbull should both stand out like sore thumbs. Milcery is going to be a little more difficult, and Vulpix should be a little more difficult. Oh, Vulpix does have the Fairy type, right? I'm not completely crazy. Am I completely crazy? I thought even the Alolan Vulpix base form was Fairy as well, and it wasn't just Ninetales. Am I completely wrong? Because I was expecting to see at least one. That Snubbull is freaking me out. Is it just pure ice? I thought for sure it was Ice Fairy. I hate myself. It's literally pure ice. I hate myself. I'm resetting that immediately. Ah! I can't believe I just did that. Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw that happen. It wasn't real. I did not just have that happen. No, but seriously, I thought for sure that regular Vulpix also had Fairy. I didn't realize it was only the Ninetales that was Fairy. I cannot believe I got that wrong. I am a fake Vulpix fan. Well, at least we confirmed that real fast. Oh boy, now we get to compete against a whole bunch of other things. Great. So now, we're not going to use Tomato. Okay, so talking about how Pokemon taste, because this is interesting, if as long as I have this on hand. Hang on, let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I have it. I don't? Ah. Oh, this is all going wrong. Alright, hang on. We have to go get the other ingredient for ice types. Where is that going to be at? Because I don't know that that's going to be here in Mesozoic. So it's curious that for ice types, you have to have a cloth stick. So that pretty clearly makes it clear that, Good job. That's definitely good English. Anyway, pretty clearly shows that people are eating cloth. The cloth are getting killed en masse, and they're getting eaten. Like, holy cow. This is one of those ones that's only in the other spot, isn't it? Why is there no, like, Super Mart in this game where it, like, has every single recipe item you need and you have to go and hunt them all down like this? That's so annoying. I just ran back in the store! Okay, we're gonna have to go to the other one. It's so annoying, because like some of the things you need are over here in Laventia, and some of them are here in Mesagoza. They're not all in one spot. I need water. But yeah, anyway, it's just disturbing that cloth is directly implicated as being devoured. Actually, I wonder if... I feel like there might be an implication there that all of the Titan Pokemon are edible. Since that was so firmly tied into Arven's quest line in the game. Which would imply the devouring of Bombardier. Is it this one? And that other snake thing that I can't remember the name of. There it is. Alright, that's taken care of. Let's just do this while we're here. Because I know we're going to need those. How many cherry tomatoes do we have? I try to avoid this. Making a sandwich using cherry tomatoes is a nightmare, by the way. I don't think I've done that on stream yet, but that was the worst experience ever when I was shiny hunting Spinarak. Oh, and Slitherwing. I forgot. I think, wait, no, Slitherwing was not it. What was the other one? It wasn't just Spinarak that was awful. There was another bug type that I went hunting for before Spinarak. But yeah, those sandwiches suck. Fly, please. Thank you. Where am I? 9.47. Jeez. I mean, that's fair. They're both lordly Pokemon. It's got to be something like that. I don't see anything here. I'm just trying to see what we're going to be competing with. Oh, that's what's going to be the trash. Okay. Alright. That's going to be unfortunate because I already know that's going to happen. So, the two Pokemon, it looks like it's going to be Crabominable, Alolan, Vulpix, and then Snover and Abomasnow. We do not want to see Snover and Abomasnow. That would be bad. Those would both be misses. I am pretty sure we have those already fully covered in Arceus. Heck, we might actually have those covered on an older gen. We do not want to see either of those. I'd be so sad. Alright, let's do this. Oh, this is amusing. Just so distracted by how strange this looks. Why does this look so weird to me? It just looks funny, just like they're like little logs. We just completely covered it in pieces of cloth. I probably could have dropped the sandwich on top of that and still been fine. That is pretty sturdy. Really sad when you consider how difficult it is to make some of these other sandwiches. Oh, I have a great question for you on the subject of what things taste like. Here's an interesting one. What would an Execute actually taste like? Would it taste like eggs or would it taste like seeds? I feel like that's been an interesting debate for the longest time. Alright, ice and ice. Now we should get what we're looking for. I don't know. That's one of those things where I don't know on that subject. Oh yeah, seeing those is gonna be difficult. Here we go. Good times, roll. Would really like to see shinies for everything except for Snover and Abomasnow. Oh, brother, this is gonna be a pain. Oh yeah, this is gonna be miserable. Oh yeah, they're not gonna be possible to tell from a distance. So, the problem with Alolan Vulpix. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting problem. Their shiny is one of those ones where it's just a shade difference. It has, the eyes are very different, but they're very small, so they're very hard to see from a distance. And apart from that, their little boots are just slightly redder, or slightly pinker, I would say, is what I would call it. And that's it. Other than that, they are the same exact shade. So, this is gonna potentially be a very, very bad hunt. I might be in pain by the end of this. I am scared. I also am kind of, I feel like I almost should be ignoring. I almost feel like I should be ignoring any shinies for Abomasnow and Snover if I see them. We'll get Crabominable, but I feel like I should be ignoring the other two. I don't know. We'll see. Eggs, seeds, and Monarch. What? 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 Why is Monarchy in there? Okay, I need an explanation. Where is the Monarchy coming from? I need to know. How are we getting to Monarchy? Seeds and eggs at the same time, though. Does that mean that it's literally just like it's a ready-made omelet? Bro, if Execute is literally just a walking ready-made omelet, like, that thing just suddenly bumped up to, like, S tier. Can you imagine? Like, it's already ready to go, like, fully spiced and everything. All you have to do is cook it, and then you just have a great omelet. Like, oh my god, that's an S tier Pokemon all of a sudden. Emergency food. Execute, I choose you, get in the frying pan. Get in the frying pan. Oh man, if you had an Executor. Is that a shiny? Wait. Is that a shiny? Yes! 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 Get in the ball! Get in the ball! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Oh, that had such potential to be such a bad hunt. Oh, that's gonna get clipped. Oh, there we go. Alright, starting off great with Vulpix, which was not expected. We actually were able to see it. Booyah! Oh, that's great. That is wonderful. I forgot I need to update it because we're not hunting for Cottony. My bad. Oh, it's hard to see. The central egg. Oh, okay. That's why you said Monarchy. That actually makes sense. That's actually pretty fair. I will allow it. I will allow it if you can explain what in the world a Monarchy tastes like. If we're going down this rabbit hole, we have to go the full way down the rabbit hole, man. We can't just stop halfway. We gotta go full distance. We gotta chase this all the way down. Would it taste like wine and sadness? Is that a Monarchy? Because that's what I think of. I just think of wine and sadness when I think Monarchy. Alright, we need a second Vulpix, please, game. I'd very much like to have a second Vulpix. Okay, so it's going to be a little easier to see. That red stands out a lot more than I was expecting. It's still tough, but it's not impossible. This is not Elekid. Thank God. Tastes like the... Okay, here we go. We're going further down. Next layer. You know the next question that's coming, man. So, would that just be like, okay, what's the stereotypical United Kingdom dish? So I remember when I was there, it was predominantly, they love their bangers and mash. A lot. I thought they were hamming that up for like views on their shows and whatnot. No, they're dead serious. Bangers and mash. The fish and chips is a little bit. The fish and chips is actually not that popular there, but the bangers and mash is very popular there. And for context, the part of the United Kingdom that I'm familiar with is the Greater London area. My knowledge doesn't go too much further outside of that area. Though I will say, even though fish and chips was not popular with the locals as much as I was expecting, I did actually enjoy it. Bangers and mash, I was not a fan of at all. I will openly say that I was not a fan of bangers and mash. I am sorry. That was not my cup of tea. Oh. That would probably just be it, right? Like, United Kingdom, like, if it had a stereotypical taste, it would probably be bangers and mash and tea. Is that a shiny? No. No, this is gonna definitely really confuse me. Beans, fish and chips, Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, tea, and monarchy. We got monarchy inside. Wait. So if monarchy tastes like United Kingdom, and United Kingdom tastes like monarchy, we have an infinite loop going on in the middle of that. Although I will say, so in terms of Ireland, the parts that I'm familiar with, that food was I'm not a fan of Irish food. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've tried a lot of Irish food. It's an infinite loop, just keeps going endlessly. But no, seriously, Irish food I'm just not a fan of. Too much vinegar. It's too much vinegar. That's weird to say, but it's true. I feel like all the Irish food that I tried had vinegar in it in some way, and I just think vinegar is disgusting. Oh, my eyes. If we actually come out of this with 2 Vulpix, I'm going to lose it. I'm also figuring out really fast these things are skittish. So if I find the shiny Vulpix and I accidentally run into something else before I can get to it, it's probably going to run off and despawn. Huh. That's an interesting threat. I'm also just going to throw out, like, we have the Pokemon, which Pokemon are tasty. I'm just, like, looking at a Alolan Vulpix, and I'm thinking of how soft it would be. We need a soft scale. Like, these things look like plushies. Speaking of which, wait, I don't have... Do I not have one? I don't. I just realized that. Why don't I have an Alolan Vulpix plush? I need to fix that. I have a ton of collectibles on my back shelf behind me. I'm sure some of that's visible in the webcam, but I've got all kinds of stuff. I got a neon sign back there of a Snorlax eating noodles. That's not lit up right now, but it could be if I wanted it. I've got an Oshawott that's just barely visible. There's Pokemon card binders back there. There's other Pokemon plushies hiding. There's things for other stuff hiding back there too. Ireland tastes like potatoes, Halloween, gold, leprechaun, and hatred of United Kingdom. That's actually pretty. That's very accurate. That's very accurate from what I remember. You missed the Guinness. You missed the Guinness. It absolutely would taste like Guinness. That is not. I remember that there was Guinness signs all over the place. I was not expecting that. What's funny is I swear I remember we were talking to a guy there, and I swear I remember him telling us that no one there actually likes Guinness. But every single bar we went into was advertising it, like everywhere, and people were just drinking that and only that. So I have to imagine that Guinness is like a national drink over there that they just don't want to admit as a national drink, maybe? Either that, or we just talked to a random bloke who just really didn't like Guinness, which is entirely possible. My sample size is not large enough to make very many distinctions. I will also readily admit right now that I am 100% looking at the foxes and only the foxes because I am just having such a hard time seeing them. If a shiny Abomasnow shows up or a Snover, I'm just going to completely miss it. If someone doesn't point it out, I will completely miss it. Yeah, I'm scanning so hard for the Vulpix. This is going remarkably well, honestly. I'm happy with tonight's progress. The Cottony was great. Getting that Vulpix, though, was amazing. If we get the second one, I'm losing it. Don't hunt these foxes. Yeah, that is something about the United Kingdom that definitely bothers me. This is something that bothers me everywhere, too, though. There's a lot of fox issues. It's like I follow a lot of fox rescue organizations actually pretty closely. I'm actually a big fan of foxes in real life. And I try to donate and support what I can, but there's definitely some unfortunate fox stuff going on. But I love watching some of the fox videos out there. They're so funny to watch. The wild ones, the domesticated ones, they're all just a hoot to me. What do we got? Oh, wait a second. One of those looked different. No, they're all blue. Okay, yeah, they're all blue. And back the other way. But yeah, I think as a whole, if I remember correctly, the United Kingdom with the fox hunting thing is largely starting to die off. Last I checked, which is great. Although it is odd that, well, not odd, it's understandable, but it is odd that in the United Kingdom, so many of their foxes have become just urban foxes. They just live in urban areas. Just hang out, eat your garbage. Why did I pick that up? Okay. I hope I haven't missed any shinies, but I have a feeling if I go back and look at the footage, I would not be shocked if I go back and review the footage for this hunt specifically and we see one. Because I'm going to go back and look at the footage for this, and I want to see if there's anything I missed, just because I am so laser focused on these foxes and nothing else. And we may very well come out of this with a fail. Ice with 3,000 diseases? Gets a 6 out of 10, tastes just like ice. What is the ice with 3,000 diseases? That's what I'm stuck on now. What are we thinking is the ice with 3,000 diseases? Are we talking about the foxes? You don't have 3,000 diseases. They have issues with mange, that's it. Other than that, they're usually pretty clean. Except for rabies. Rabies is unfortunate. But rare. This stream has gone in a very weird direction with talking about different things. How did we get here? Boots. Ice is from Antarctica. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it would still taste like ice. It would just have a little bit of death mixed in. Which is definitely a wild thing to think about, what could be frozen down there. Although I feel like more often than anything else, it's usually Siberia where we're hearing about weird things coming out. Weird bacteria getting unfrozen. But that would definitely be a 0 out of 10. It would just be water. Would you like to sample this ice? Yes. That's fine. It tastes just like a splendid spring water. What else would it taste like? It's just an ice tastes like ice. Unless mixed with a nice drink. Oh, wait. I just thought of an argument to myself. Ice is a very broad subject. Technically, we can freeze a lot of things. And turn a lot of things into ice. Those all look blue to me. 3,000 healthy diseases? What does that mean? Healthy diseases? Now my brain's trying to compute what that even means. Like, how would that... Man, there's so many ways that you could interpret 3,000 healthy diseases. Blue boots. I also would like to make it clear that I am literally just scanning the boots on these foxes to determine if they are shiny or not. That's all I am looking at now are the boots. I feel like there is no such thing as a healthy disease. Because this isn't the name disease in general imply the absence of health. It's a curious thought that we can debate. Or are we saying that when we say healthy disease, do we mean that the bacteria is fine and flowing? That'd be a very funny way to say that. Man, that's some healthy bacteria we have going on over here. That's a healthy looking virus. Boots. think I already looked at these. Blue boots, blue boots. What about you two? Are you blue boots? You look like you're blue boots. You're blue boots. Blue boots. Blue boots. I wish these Vulpix spawned in groups more than singular. Because when it spawns in a group, usually all I have to do is glance at it, and it's very obvious when one of them is slightly different. But these isolated ones, you have to study them for a little bit. Also, now that I've been using the Joy-Cons for so long, I think I finally understand what people mean when they say that these are very, not comfortable to use for prolonged periods of time. I've got this thing like claw gripped. It's the only way I can hold it. It's so small. Oop, group of Vulpix. One of those looks different. Is that just the shade? Yeah, those are all blue. I'm not going to complain about the shiny luck this go around because I'm very happy that we just got one. But I will absolutely complain continuously about the lack of a shiny noise or shiny sparkle or something to make it easier to tell when it's a shiny. Really scattered to the four winds. I feel like I'm getting back into the realm of monologue time. Favorite Pokemon to eat is Snorlax. Okay, now I gotta ask. Why is your favorite Pokemon to eat a Snorlax? I am pretty sure I can guess why. Is it probably because it eats everything, so it just, like, tastes really good? Or is there some specific reason? I'm trying to think if there's even any Pokemon that I would think I would want to eat. I love Shellder as a Pokemon. I would be very curious to know what it would taste like, though. I'd be very curious. I'm a super huge seafood fan, so that's why immediately I think of what would a Shellder taste like. What would a Shellder taste like? What would a Kingler taste like? Etc., etc. But I'm still waiting on the Snorlax explanation. We'll continue to wait for the Snorlax explanation because I need a reason. I need to know why the Snorlax. The people need an answer. That way we can put it in the papers tomorrow, just blast it everywhere. Local man eats Snorlax. That'd be a great Florida Man title. Florida Man eats Snorlax, Ward 11. That would actually be a hilarious way to solve the Snorlax is blocking the road issue. We ate it. Snorlax in the way? Nope, we're just eating it. Because it's the only Pokemon that doesn't scream when I eat it. That is so left field. That is so left field. What the heck? Bro. That is such a wild answer, and I was totally not prepared for that. I was totally not prepared for that. It doesn't scream. Wow. That is so unprepared. Huh. Okay. Now that we've established that. Yeah, I'm kind of actually thinking, like, which Pokemon unironically would actually be the tastiest. I'd have to imagine the majority would be the seafood ones, right? It'd have to be. Like any of the fish or the crustaceans or the bivalves. And then you have the ones that I don't think would be edible. I don't think you could eat a Steelix. Or a Magnemite. Or a Beldum. I don't think those would actually be possible to eat. Oh my god, shiny! I didn't even notice for a second. Oh, that took me a minute. I was dodging around him. I just didn't register that it was a shiny. I completely missed it. Uh-oh. Ah, crap. Here we go again with this. Oh, what do we have? Can we throw a dust ball at it? I need to get a false swiper. I need to get a false swiper. I keep forgetting to get a false swiper. I don't want to fail this, so I'm just going to keep throwing balls while I look around to see if anything else has spawned. Oh, there we go. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Alright. I have got to get a false swiper. I have got to do that over this break. But there we go. We have a Crabominable. I do not need to worry about this one anymore. Heck yeah. That's great. Anytime I knock off something from Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield specifically, I am very pleased with that. Also, speaking of the conversation that we've been having all night tonight, that shiny specifically would have been very tasty. It is a gigantic crab. Surely that has to be tasty. Alright, so this has definitely been a very successful sandwich. Just getting those two is super good. I need to go back to Kitakami and hunt some things back there. I've been very focused on Blueberry, but I need to go back to Kitakami. There's a lot that's not accounted for in Kitakami right now. You just need to make it become a liquid. So, but if a metal Pokemon becomes a liquid, then it's just melted metal, isn't it? That still wouldn't... You would die. You would unalive. You would cease to function. You would cease to work. I don't think that would work. Wait. You know what the meta would be? You know, okay, wait a second. With a steel type, the meta wouldn't be eating it. It would be making spoons and bowls. That's what you could do with the steel types in terms of eating. You can make all the eating utensils you need to eat everything else. Oh, is the sandwich over? Oh, the sandwich is over. It's over? That was fast. That felt fast. Huh. It's over. Okay. Well. That caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that to end. I thought we still had time, but we didn't. So I guess it's... Okay, well, we got both of them. I need another Vulpix, though. You know what? I shouldn't have been looking at the boots. I really should not have been looking at the boots. I think I screwed myself. I was looking so heavily at the boots, I stopped looking at everything else. And I bet you 10 to 1, it's very likely that I looked at a shiny Vulpix in the middle of that and didn't realize it. Okay, we'll go back to looking at the eyes when we do that again. Anyway, let's take this opportunity. And let's do this real quick. We are going to take the Cottony that we got earlier, and we are going to go ahead and evolve that thing real quick. I don't think it needs a stone, right? Oh, is it a stone evo and I just don't remember? Was it a leaf stone or was it a sunstone? Or was it something else? I could Google this. Okay, it's a sunstone. You hear this annoying sound from the metal Pokemon. It's so annoying, Jesus. Man, dude, that's morbid. Holy cow. And there we go. We have a shiny Whimsicott now to go with the shiny Cottony. Boom. Okay. Put that back in the box. Oops. There we go. Cool. So we need another Vulpix. Do I want to go for a Vulpix right now, or do I want to just switch it up? What time is it? It's 10:16. We have enough time for roughly 2 more hunts if there's no reset. Hang on a second. I have a list. What the noise is. Well, it's either the sound of water superheating and escaping as the rest of it melts, or it's the agonizing screams of it dying. That's my guess. That's one of the two. If it looks like I'm studying the screen really hard, it's because I'm reading my hit list. Okay, so we got a Vulpix. Let's take a break from this for a little bit. So we'll come back and get Vulpix again another day. Yeah, let's come back and look at Vulpix and these another day. Let's go to a new spot, and let's go for something totally different since we got one Vulpix. So I don't know what the best spot for this is going to be. I genuinely don't know, but I'm thinking we're going to go for an Inkay. And then if we get to Inkay, we will transition to Volibee and Krookodile. But if we only get those two and the sandwich runs out, then we'll go for... probably go back for the Vulpix after that. I think Inkay can spawn anywhere on the shoreline. Yeah. I don't think it's just this spot either. I think it's anywhere on these shorelines in general. Though this might end up being the best spot. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's give this a shot and see what happens. Let me check the recipe. Check the recipe. Do we have that? Save again just to be safe. And let's get this party started. This might be the last hunt for tonight. We will see how this goes. Tastes like white and nuclear warning. That is such an interesting take on France. That's funny. It's like white and nuclear warning. Holy cow. Probably not a bad take though. Oh, why are they all different ink? Oh, that's an interesting and annoying problem. These are all different. Okay, what is this even? It's a smoked fillet of what? Fish? Is it a basculin that we're putting on a sandwich right now? What is this? Oh, this is totally going to slide off the sandwich. This is totally going to slide off. What is this madness? Can we get it? Yes? I don't trust that. It says, okay, we did it. Yeah, because that looks tasty. The fillet looks raw. You would probably get sick eating this. Why is that one cucumber defying gravity? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to think about it. What the heck? That has got to be the most disgusting sandwich we have made so far. That looks disgusting. It literally looks like it's just uncooked meat. I don't like the way it glistens. Okay, well, on that note. See, if anything, I thought you were going to tell me that France tastes like baguette or something. That's what I was expecting. Oh, there's a ton of Inkay everywhere. Holy cow, this is going to be probably fast. I said the same thing about Cottony. I need to rein myself in here. Oh, yeah. Do I just swim out here? Is it just like hopping? Oh, it's hopping. It's hopping, it's bopping. There's Inkay everywhere. Oh my god, they go underwater and they just blur. Really? That is a take I agree with. That is definitely... That has to be, like, a good take, right? Like, Miltank with the milk and the burger. Like, that's got to be it. That's as close as you get to a normal cow in this universe at all. Like, even Tauros isn't as close as that. Although, if we're talking about Tauros would probably be tasty. I'd have to imagine that Tauros would be pretty good. They're kind of hard to see, though. Dang it. I need to put down on my to-do list to get a false swiper before I forget. I think I have one. I just don't remember which one it is. I'm trying to be very methodical with this. So Inkay's shiny is definitely different. I keep forgetting to update what we're hunting for. I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting. Its shiny is different. It's just very hard to see from a distance. Inkay's shiny is kind of like a little bit more brown or coppery. So it should stand out. Just gotta be careful. What the? They can fly? They can fly? Okay. Prince in Central Asia. Oh my god. What a weirdly specific taste for Kazakhstan. The horses thing is probably 100% accurate though. They definitely know the horses over there. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's going to take for me to find one of these. It seems like this should be a fast hunt. But I got a bad feeling about this for some reason. Yeah, I see why it's going to be a bad vibe. So I'm already noticing an interesting phenomenon with these. They are popping in and out of existence very quickly at the very periphery of my vision. I am seeing them appear and disappear. Oh yeah. So what's going to end up happening is the shiny is going to be one of those, and it's going to appear and disappear. And I am not going to be happy when that disappears. I really hope they do something in the next game to make it more persistent. I would really like for the next game to be a little more persistent. Like, have some way to reset the spawns, but, like, don't make it so that they just disappear. So that way, if one happens to just get out of vision, it doesn't disappear instantly. Like, we can go back and grab it real quick. Like, that is distressing to imagine any of them just appearing and instantly just poof. Or Gloom was late to help. I think we're back in Lord Magikarp's domain. I think we're back in the domain of the fish. Although, I will say, a little bit ago, there was an Inkay that just left to go back to its planet, so I guess these things fly. So I don't know where these things largely root themselves, since they can apparently just fly away. Which means if a shiny spawns, it is very likely going to just fly into the sky and disappear. Look at that! No, there's another one. It's flying away. Where are you going? Come back. I mean, you're not shiny, so I don't really care, but I mean, but like, why are you flying? That is so funky. I guess they all float, but... So what domain does this thing fall into? If it's, like, they're all near water, at least. And a couple of them have gone underwater. But if they're all floating, what do we count them as? So they're all on average, they're about a foot off the water. They are so small. These things are so tiny. One day I will hunt something big. I will hunt something big someday. I promise. I'm saying that more to my eyes than anything else, because this is definitely a squint battle. I will, side story, I remember when Inkay was first introduced in X and Y, I remember the hilarity of people trying to figure out how to evolve this thing. I forgot about it till just now, but Inkay was hilarious watching people come up with conspiracy theories. They're alien squids can't fly or float. Then I guess we put this in the same category as Deoxys. Right? Like that instantly just slams it into the same category as Deoxys. Deoxys, Behemoth, Clefairy, the other aliens. Clefairy is still so strange, but an alien's an alien. Shoutouts to that Pokemon episode where Clefairy's built a spaceship. I forgot about that till just now. That was a wild episode. Good old classic Clefairy building spaceships. Nothing so far. So far we have duds. Just a lot of duds, which I was not expecting. Over there. Okay. Oh. Looks like we were in for the long haul again. I feel like this is an okay loop. I cannot think... Is it in the same group as the orange morph creature? Orange morph creature. Orange morph creature. Now I'm thinking. What is that? Wait, it's not an Inkay, but I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, it is an Inkay. It didn't look like an Inkay. It was sleeping by a tree. Orange morph creature. I don't know what the orange morph creature is. I'm lost. I'm not thinking of it. I'm trying, but I'm failing. I said his name like a few minutes ago. Orange morph that I said a few minutes ago. What did I say? I said Deoxys, which is red. I said Behemoth, which is just a little alien, little brown alien dude. And I said Clefairy, which is pink. What did I say? What did I say? I don't remember now. Oh no. Oh, my mind's racing. I'm trying to think desperately of what I said, but I don't know what I said. Yeah, those are the only ones that I remember that I said when I was going through the example of the aliens. Deoxys, Behemoth, and Clefairy. Deoxys is a red morph creature. Its shiny form is yellow, I think. Yeah, isn't shiny Deoxys is gold, I think. Hang on one second, we're Googling this. We're Googling this right now. That's red. To me, that's red. That falls on the side of red. But I see where it would be kind of close, but it looks more red than orange. I will allow it, though. It is definitely on the line. I was so confused though, because I think when Orange Morph Creature was said, I went down this rabbit hole. God, I went down this rabbit hole. I swear there was another game entirely that had something like Ditto, but it was orange. I swear I'm not misremembering that. I think there is another game that has an orange Ditto like Morph Creature. Then I think that's what was totally sending me off the deep end there. But no, yeah, this thing is definitely in the realm of Deoxys. I mean, like, if this thing's an alien, it's Deoxys for sure. Like we'd be hoping for Deoxys to come down here and bless us with a shiny EK, which it doesn't seem to want to do since these are all continuously pink. I believe we are halfway through the sandwich. Just looking at my timer that I have over on the side here. Still no shiny yet. Dude, I would kill for an orange Ditto that actually tastes like oranges. Dude, that just sounds tasty. That sounds great. Bring that one on. I'm ready to taste that. I'd be like an orange gelatin. You could freeze it. It'd be like orange sherbet. It'd be so good. I am a fan of oranges. I will say that much. I do really like orange. That's an S tier fruit. Orange is S tier for sure. Yeah, heck yeah, we've had some people popping in and off both on Twitch and YouTube tonight, and just like Monday night, it's definitely popping. The numbers are doing way better than what I was getting with some of the other things, so it's great. I hope people are enjoying. I hope people are enjoying the endless circle of watching me running around, going back and forth, point A to point B. Yeah, some people just like to lurk. Some people just like to pop into stream and just hang out, which is totally fine. I always try to give anybody who pops in and just wants to watch quietly their space. I don't want to drag them out into the light, because that's what I do. Whenever I watch streams, I usually lurk. I can't help it. I can't. The only time I was ever active in a chat was back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. There was a streamer on Twitch that was pretty active in. But lurkers are great. We like the lurkers. That's why I always try to be mindful of, like, what I always try to aim for when I'm streaming, or something I'm always keeping in the back of my head, is to try to always have some sort of commentary going as best I can. I can't do it perfectly all the time, but I try to do it at least the vast majority of the time. So that way, even if there's like imagine if there's like 20 plus lurkers or something, I would like for whatever I'm saying to be interesting enough for all the lurkers to be able to be comfy and cozy while watching whatever in the world's happening on the screen. Or it be good second monitor content is another good phrase that I know of. I am fine with second monitor content. I am a huge fan of second monitor content. And if I can actually be semi-decent good second monitor content, then I am absolutely A-okay with that. I just tried to thumbs up and I just realized it was way off the webcam. So here it is again. A-okay. I glanced over right as I did it and I just saw it hiding here in the corner. Yeah, this is looking like this is going to be a dud sandwich, I think. We're getting close to the end. I have a bad feeling we're not going to get a squid. We have 10 minutes left. I'm going to believe as hard as I can. We got the Vulpix. We got the Cottony. We got an extra Crabominable because why not? Let's see if we can make this happen. Let's see if we can actually get one of these little brown squids to show up. I will also be totally honest. I want to go back and review the footage because I am 90% certain that I actually did see a shiny pop in and pop out almost instantly. It looked very noticeably brown from a distance. So I really want to check the footage and I'm scared. Yeah, this is definitely looking a little sketch. We're getting very close. Which, if I have to reset, it's fine. I have no problem with resetting and trying again later. The worst Pokemon to eat is Chingling, because it tastes terrible and it screams annoying high pitch for at least 20 minutes. Oh my god. That also raises a good question, because that's kind of in the same line as the Steel types. Which part of it's actually edible? It's like the thing looks metallic. It looks metallic and cloth. I knew I never should have said that this would be an easy hunt. As soon as I said this would be an easy hunt, I just immediately regretted it. So either way, this week has been a great week for shinies, because so far between two streams, we've gotten, what, we're already sitting at 14 for the week. That's pretty nuts. That's a pretty big spike in shiny get. That's a great number to add to what was already there. We're getting close to breaking. I wonder, I need to go through and actually count all the shinies that I have to figure out how many or where we're at. I feel like we're closing in on 400. Just eat the metal. It sounds to me like we're making silverware out of this. This sounds like another silverware thing. Hey, it's partially golden looking, so you can make gold silverware. Is that a shiny? No, that's pink. Oh my god, they keep spawning behind me. Why? You know, if Chingling is metal and cloth, you could make silverware, and then you could also make yourself a nice scarf too. Just saying. This conversation also makes me realize just how morbid the Pokemon world would actually be if it was real. Like, if the Pokemon world was actually real, it would be really, really morbid. We would find ways to profit off of all these immediately, and the most screwed up stuff would be happening, for sure. Team Rocket would be a successful corporation. That's like so sad, but it's so true. Yeah, speaking of Team Rocket, that's actually something that just reminded me something I've always wondered about, is why people are always so quick to be like, oh, Team Rocket's awesome. When you think about what they do, it's like, man, that's really messed up. That's really messed up. That whole, like, all the villainous teams. Anytime someone's like, I don't know. That's always just been so strange to me. I don't get it. Like, oh man, Team Rocket would be so awesome to work for. Why? They're like a criminal organization doing things that nobody will be happy about. Like, huh? They're just weird thoughts that keep me up at night. Every now and then they just pop in my head, and I cannot help but sit and just think. It's like people... Alright, did not expect to at all tonight think about what Team Rocket tastes like, but here we are, and I don't know how we got here. I should have seen it coming. I didn't. I will admit I did not see that coming at all. Man, this Inkay is just hiding. I think we're going to have a whiff. There's only like 5 or so minutes left on this. If even that. I just noticed, I never knew he did the play in the water animation. Really? Huh. That was kind of cute. Not as cute as the Inkay would be if he would just show up. Maybe if I start complimenting the Inkay, it'll just show up. It's a really nice copper color you got there. It'd be a shame if you stepped out into the light and showed it off. Come on. Although at this point, I don't know. Yeah, it's just not looking like the odds are very high. I think we might be looking at a dead sandwich. As unfortunate as that is, this may be a whiff, which is fine. Especially after Monday, because Monday was insane. I will not forget that sandwich that just kept going and kept going and kept going. That was ridiculous. I don't think I've even... You know what? I mentioned earlier that I swore up and down I saw a shiny pop in and pop out. I just realized that what I'm seeing is as those Inkay get further and further away, the gold glowing part of their body becomes more dominant. So it almost makes them look like they're going to their shiny color. I bet 10 to 1 that's what I'm seeing. Give Inkay some Charmander meat. Come by the smoky smell. Man, if we had any to offer... I can give it some cloth sticks if it wants those. That's about as good as we're getting in this game, at least. We don't even have Slowpoke Tail in this game or anything. I can offer it some nice crab in this trying time. Hey, it is smoked. I'm talking about smoky smell. It did. I think. Yeah, it's a smoked fillet. Saying it's a smoked fillet. We've already hit at least partial part of this. It is really cool hearing, like, I get distracted every now and then, the remix music in this song that keeps looping in the background. That's Drift Veil, right? There's Drift Veil in there, I think. And I really like hearing that. It would have been cool if they had actually done a remake of Black and White, but hey, I will take the Pokemon Z that we should have gotten the first time. I'm still mad about that. It's all these years later, and I'm still mad about the fact that we never got a Pokemon Z in the original X and Y releases. I really wanted a Z. But hey, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were really good, so I can't complain too much. I'm also still very curious about how over on the Twitch side of things, I stream with an English tag. But I had a question asked to me today that's entirely in Spanish. I mean, I'm all for people using their native language on Twitch, but I've made it pretty clear that I don't know how to speak Spanish. I don't know any foreign languages. That's worth just throwing out there right now. Not as good as the Charmander tail. Oh, now you're making me wonder about... Dang it, man. See, now I'm trying to imagine how the tail actually works. Like, I don't know why that just popped in my head, but now I want to know how that tail works. Since it's always lit on fire, what is inside the tail? Is the tail like a gas chamber? Like, how's that fire always going? Would it cook itself? Would it cook itself? If you cut it off, would it just keep cooking? That's just the shading, right? That's not a shiny Seadra, right? That's just the shading of it going to night. Oh my god, will you just... Goldango, you are not helping me right now. That is not a shiny. No, that's not a shiny. It just was a weird shading. Oh, is that the end of the sandwich? I wasn't even paying attention to all the other things popping in. That's the end of the sandwich. So yeah, that didn't go the way I was hoping. Dang it, what time is it? 10:53. Oh. Let me check one thing real quick. Yeah. The marks. What do you mean by the marks? Just keep in mind, if I say something from like 30 seconds ago, odds are I'm not going to remember it. The marks. Are you talking about like what to look for on a shiny Seadra, or what other marks? I need to get to a different spot. That is going to be that. Let us do... Why are all of the Zaviper looking so strange? What is wrong? Okay, now their tail's working. Their models are all breaking. Whoops. The tails of these Zaviper aren't loading in properly, and so they keep just looking very pointy. And I don't know how to feel about that. I feel very uncomfortable. (1 in 1 billion) chance of getting the Snorlax Gobbler mark. I have no idea at all about that. I have no... Wait. Snorlax Gobbler. Wait a second. This isn't a real thing. This is just you talking about still wanting Snorlax, isn't it? This is just still you and your desire to eat a Snorlax. I don't know why that took me so long to figure that out. I am ashamed of myself for it taking that long. Yeah. Ah, you cheeky. Oh, man. That's a good one. I sat there. I just want to be clear. I sat there for at least a solid 30 seconds trying to think, what is he talking about? Is this a real thing? Let's have what is this? I haven't heard of this. And then it clicked. So cheeky. I love it. Good one. You got me. You got me good on that one. Oh, all right. I hate to do it, but I gotta stick to schedule, and I try to stick to my schedule because I'm getting absolutely rocked in real life right now. So stream usually goes from 8 to 11 Eastern on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we are approaching the end. I don't like ending on not getting a shiny, but I also can count with like 2 fingers how much sleep I've collectively gotten over the last few nights. So I need to actually do the responsible thing and actually go ahead and end stream here and log off so I can go to bed early and actually try to be a functional human being tomorrow, which is going to be like a 5 and 10. But it was still a successful stream. That discussion with eating things is hilarious to me. That will never stop being funny, and I will be thinking about the Snorlax comment now for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week. So, yeah, but we got good stuff. The Whimsicott, the Cottony, the Vulpix, and this crab, which is definitely a 10 out of 10 eat. So yeah, I think that's a successful way to end the evening. We've gotten all kinds of cool stuff this week. I will be back on Friday for sure. And then we will discuss next week's stream schedule because next week is going to be out the window. Nothing I can do about that. So it was a good stream. I appreciate the people who stopped by both on Twitch and YouTube. It was a good conversation. YouTube chat's been great. Purely because Zach keeps driving it. But I love it. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out. It was a good time. And I'll be back on Friday, and that's all I got. So cheers.